Alright, I guess I can't play no music. So, hello. Today we'll be making beef stroganoff. First, you will need beef. This is thin cut ribeye. There it is. And then onion. There's mushrooms back there. You're going to need those later. You'll need one of these. And one of these. I should probably fill it with water. Oh gosh. Don't like that. There we go. Oh gosh. I don't know if you can see that or not, but the sink was peeing. Okay. So you want to chop up your onion. We're going to fast forward through this part.
The onions are making my eyes hurt.
Goes through the meat like a knife through butter. Alright, so got the meat all cut up. Turn the heat on this up just a little bit. This has been preheating. Take your meat, bam, instant sizzle. That's what you want. Now you wash your hands. Always wash your hands after and before you touch raw meat. You want your meat to cook, so we're gonna skip through some of this because who wants to sit here and watch this for forever? Not me. But I have to. If you want it to cook a little faster, put a lid on it. So I'm about to show you something. Turn my stuff so it fits right. It's an old picture. A rare image of me with all my teeth. As you can see, they're starting to get bad. This picture is like 5 years old. So, this stuff right here. You get it at Walmart. It's like $2. Get some. It is very, very, very good. See steak right there, elevate steak or even scrambled eggs. I've never put on scrambled eggs. Get some of this. It is extremely good, and it pairs very well. Actually, I need to put some of this in there with this white truffle oil. So get some black truffle butter, white truffle oil. You're welcome. So whenever I use this, I literally just cut the pad in here. I'm probably going to use about a third of the pad of butter this time, if I can find the damn camera. And I don't even really see the meat now that the meat is cooking but not cooked. Oh god, I spilled some. You want to add your onion. I should have cooked the mushrooms first because it takes a while for mushrooms to cook all the way. You know what, you live and you learn. So, pro tip about mushrooms though, this is a longer section. About mushrooms, Mushrooms are extremely hard to burn. You can put them in with nothing in the pan and just cook the mushrooms. And the mushrooms will moisten on their own. You do not need to put anything in there with them. And they will come out perfect. Mushrooms are insanely hard to burn. Same with corn. Okay, so in here I have the steak, the thinly sliced ribeye steak, then the mushrooms, some that's a diced onion, it's not thin enough to be minced, and then some minced garlic. I added minced garlic along with the butter and the truffle oil. So you want to add all that stuff together, let it cook for a minute. I'm going to turn my heat up to about a medium heat so that way it cooks a little faster. So you want your vegetables and your fungi in there to you want them to kind of marinate and caramelize. Hey buddy. Beef broth is what you're going to want next. Take some, pour it this way, it's going to go whoop, 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 whoop. Pour it this way, like look, pour it this way, weak, and it goes chunk, chunk, chunk. Pour it this way, shit, it's not supposed to do that. I would say that's a decent amount. I rarely ever measure anything when I cook. I just feel it. Okay, so we've got all the stuff in here. The meat, the mushrooms, the onion, the garlic, the butter, the truffle oil, the beef broth. Pardon me, we're going to let that cook for a minute. We're going to let that reduce. And you want to let it reduce by about half. But I'm on a time crunch tonight. I'm not going to let it reduce by about half. But I am going to turn the heat up to high so that way it does reduce a little quicker. And see how that goes. Alright, I've added a little bit of Italian seasoning. Also, some of this. Lee & Perrins Worcestershire sauce. It is by far the most high quality Worcestershire sauce there is out there. Lee & Perrins, you cannot go wrong with. So this is reduced by a little bit. I'm going to turn the heat down low, add in some flour and stir. You want it to thicken. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat off on this. There's some kind of rule for flour, like a certain amount of flour for a certain amount of liquid. I don't know what it is. Just go until it's as thick as you want it to be. But do be careful because a little bit of flour does go a long way. So do be cautious of that. But you just want to gently stir it in like this. And it all depends on how thick you want your sauce to be anyway. So like this here is starting to reach a consistency that is normally what I get it to whenever I make beef stroganoff. I like mine to be a little on the thick side, but this is about to thin out a bit because the next ingredient that you add, check my water, the water's almost boiling. The next ingredient sour cream. We're just going to do the whole 8 ounces. 16. This is a 16 ounce tub. Don't judge me. You just want to stir that in. This is your stroganoff. Now the water is boiling. I'm going to put the lid back on this. Turn that heat on to low. Oops. Cook you up some egg noodles. Serve your stroganoff over the egg noodles and you have made beef stroganoff from scratch. If you try it, let me know how it was. I have sour cream in my mustache.